Hello, everybody. We often hear people talking about rights, what the government should do for us, and how we are protected under the Constitution. But today, let's flip the conversation. Let's talk about our duties as responsible citizens and something equally important directive principles of state policy. Sounds complicated. Don't worry, I'll bring it down in simple terms and explain why these concepts matter to every Indian. Let's get started. What are the directive principles of state policy? The Constitution of India not only tells the government what powers it has but also provides guidelines on how it should govern for the welfare of the people. These guidelines are called Directive Principles of State Policy, or DPSPs for short. Think of it like a wish list, things that makers of our Constitution wanted the government to do to create a better, fairer society. Examples of directive principles, what they aim for. Let's look at few examples of what these principles focus on. 1. Equal pay for equal work. Whether you are a woman or a man, the government should ensure that everyone gets paid fairly for the same job. Number 2. Welfare of the people. The government should set up healthcare facilities, affordable housing and other welfare schemes for the citizens of India. 3. Protection of the environment. Policies to protect forests, wildlife and reduce pollution. 4. Free and compulsory education. Education for all children up to the age of 14. 5th. Livelihood opportunities. Promoting cottage industries and creating jobs for people in rural areas. Now you might be wondering, are these rules binding? Not really. They are like guidelines that the government should try its best to follow. Why are DPSPs important? Even though they aren't legally enforceable in court, DPSPs are essential because they help guide government policies. They push the government to focus on development and welfare. That was point number 1. 2. Balance economic and social development, ensuring that development reaches everyone, not just the rich. 3. Achieve a just society. By focusing on health, education and employment, DPSPs aim to reduce inequality. For example, because of these principles, the government started schemes like Manrega, which provides employment to rural workers, and the midday meal scheme for children. 4. Duties of citizens. What we as the citizens should do. Now let's talk about our duties as responsible citizens. The Constitution lists 11 duties for every Indian. These are called fundamental duties. Think of these as the other side of the coin to our rights. Here are. Here's a simple breakdown of what we should do as citizens. 1. Respect the Constitution and national symbols. Stand up for the national anthem and respect the flag, etc. 2. Protect the environment. Plant trees, avoid pollution and conserve resources. 3. Defend the country. Be ready to contribute to national security even if not on the battlefield. 4. Value and preserve culture. Respect India's rich heritage and diversity. 5. Promote scientific thinking. Encourage innovation and avoid superstition. 6. Care for public property. Don't damage public spaces like parks, monuments, public buses, etc. 7. Uphold unity and integrity. Treat fellow citizens with respect regardless of their background. Another question is, why are duties important? Duties aren't just legal obligations, they are moral responsibilities. Imagine living in a society where everyone only thinks about themselves. That would be a chaos, right? When we follow our duties, we contribute to 1. A clearer environment. Small actions like reducing plastic use can make a huge difference. 2. Stronger communities. Helping each other builds trust and cooperation. 3rd, better governance. When we follow rules and pay taxes, the government can use those resources for development. 6. Real life examples of responsible citizens are. Let me share a couple of simple examples. A group of citizens in a village cleaned up their local pond, which had become polluted. Today, it provides clean water to the entire community. Another example is during elections, people who cast their votes responsibly ensure that good leaders come to power, which speaks on itself. Small actions lead to big changes. How can we be a responsible citizen? Here are a few practical steps. 1. Be aware. Know your rights and duties. 2. Participate in civic activities. Join local cleanups or awareness drives. 3rd, vote wisely. Research candidates before casting your vote. Do not vote for a party or a religion or your caste. Vote for the right candidate. 4. Teach the next generation. Pass on these values to children. Remember, being a responsible citizen doesn't require grand gestures. It's about doing the right thing even when no one is watching. So friends, rights and duties are like two wheels of a bicycle. Both need to work together to move forward. The government must follow the directive principles to create a better society, and we must fulfill our duties to help build a stronger, cleaner, and more united India. Let's create an informed and responsible India together. Thank you.